Giveth call. It's the 30th of January. What's it? Tomorrow's February? No, we got a couple more days still. And let's get started with some check-ins. Tell us how you're feeling. Focus for the week and intentions for the call. I am feeling well rested today. Focus for the week is PFP collection, Ninth Token Minter, Eat Denver, and Give By. And intention for the call is to facilitate as always, and I will pass it to Almond.
Perfect. So I'm feeling rested. My focus for this week is November as well, and everything around December, and the last push for Gitcoin grants. And the intention for this call is to listen to you all and to sync up. And I'm going to pass it to Ashley.
Thanks, Almond. Hey, everybody. I'm feeling super excited for this week and excited for a lot of things. My focus this week for governance is givebacks, distributions, and I think there's some things in the forum, but honestly, I think this week governance for me, I had all my buddy calls. We're going to button those up, and that's it. And intentions from this call, just to sync up, see what there is to vote on, stream the call, and as normal, I will pass it to Griff.
GM, thanks, Ashley. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Life on the beach is nice. Can't wait to see Rochelle and Algene and Ivy in real life. That's going to be fun. My focus for the week is mostly fundraising and and just syncing with everybody all over the place. And intentions for this call, just to survive another one. I'll throw it over to Lauren.
Thanks. I'm feeling good, just getting started, going through my emails Monday. My focus for the week is getting up the Gitcoin Giveth partnership forum proposal, and any kind of Gitcoin grants, shilling at least today and tomorrow until the round ends, and making sure that I donate. My intentions for the call are just to hang out, and I will pass it to Marco.
Thank you. Just when I was eating my chocolate here. All right, cool. I'm feeling good. My intentions for this week, if it's related, possibly be following some design progress on the new landing page and other stuff that Mo will be sending to me. Intentions for this call, just to be present, help where I can. And yeah, that's it. And I'm passing over to Mateo.
Thank you, Marco. Hey, guys. Feeling good, feeling great. Interested in paying attention to this call and see how I can offer. Intentions for this week is focusing on more fiat stuff. I had a talk with Brian from the SDG. We are going to be connecting some stuff with the donor box for our own campaign. And Mount Pelerin, we may have some integrations in there to make a top-up directly to XDAI, just like Uniswap does it, so that's cool. Pretty much that's the focus, and besides the Chainvine integration. I'll give it to Jake.
Hey, everyone. Feeling really good. Focus this week, similar to Griff, a lot of fundraising activities, as well as starting here with a lot of Gitcoin Alpha round outreach. Intentions for the call, just listen and be active. Let me pass it to, I haven't seen Danny in a while. Danny, take it over.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Fabulous. Awesome. Well, I am actually on my way back from an event up in the north of Costa Rica where I got to talk about Giveth with Haifa DAO folks and Seeds folks that were there to help a community set up a DAO. Super fascinating to engage. Everybody really loves it. There's some follow-up steps that I'll get to take here this week. But I just wanted to share that there's a lot of excitement there, and I don't know what my next steps are yet. I'm still on my way home. But focus this week is on spinning up a sub-DAO, which also came up a little bit around the rewards team, rewards board, some cool stuff on that we might get into on this call, if not more on the forum. And I don't know who to pass it to, so I'll give it back to you, Mitch.
Yeah, let's hear from Heather.
Hey, Jim. I'm feeling a little sleepy, but I'll manage. And my intentions for this week are to just do a bunch of odds and ends of different tasks that I have. And my intention for this call is to get updates and see what's going on in the forum and voting, so I can jump in and be more proactive. And I will pass it to Carlos.
Hey everyone. I'm feeling good this week. My intentions are pretty much also talk about fiat stuff if there's time and catch up basically. No blockers, no anything. So yeah, I'll pass it to who's missing. Cory, did you go?
No, I didn't. Thank you. I'm feeling okay. I'm still trying to shake off this cold from last week. My focus for the week is making sure we're wrapping up the Gitcoin grants round. Also cover a couple other comms items like homepage copy and making sure we get the project survey out. And my intentions for this call is really just to follow along with the agenda. I don't have currently any priority agenda items, I think, to reference. So I will pass this to Kotabe. I think you haven't gone yet.
I haven't, thank you. Hope you hear me well. I'm feeling good. My focus for this week is on closing Gitcoin grants, the ambassador program, and some logistics with Flea. And my intention in this call is sync up, basically sync up. And I haven't been paying I have been paying much attention, but I'm not sure who's missing. I think
we can give it to Breachies if you want.
Yeah, cool.
Are you here, Breachies?
There's
there we go.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, my focus this week is to send reminders about the Gitcoin Alpha round and fundraising, basically. This is like the final of the month, so I have to prepare my time report for Berchet too. And I pass it to Nicola.
Thanks, Beaches. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Okay, my focus for this week, I definitely want to wrap up some little tasks and items that I have collected through the month. I want to do some promised Gitcoin outreach. I want to keep an eye on Meet the Makers. I want to definitely keep working on Gravity that I didn't do last week. And intentions for this call is just to catch up, sync up, kick off the week with you guys. And I'm going to pass it on to, and I know who didn't go, Franco.
Yes, thank you, Nicola. I'm feeling good today. My focus this week is going to be working on a forum post around the sub-DAO, the reward sub-DAO, and asking for funds and see how we move forward with this. And intentions for the call, just catching up. And if there's time, I would like to mention I left a comment with a poll in the the way that we pay for subscriptions and changing the way. Maybe talk about that and just getting some signaling from the community about how to move forward with this. And I'll pass it to Santi.
Thank you, Franco. Feeling good this week. Focus for the call is to sync up and put my attention wherever is needed. And focus for the week is PFP collection and NFT deployment platforms. And I think Nico is the last one.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, I'm feeling good. I am well rested this week and I'm very happy. So I'm really excited for the week. I have no distractions for this call. My focus for this week will be facilitating our buddy calls and also to remind everyone about an upcoming HR town hall that we're planning, and also to do some things on my to-do list. And yeah, see you, Mitch. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we did get everybody here. Yes. Yeah, okay, Lauren did go. Nice. Okay. Great. So just catching some stuff from our check-ins. First thing is fiat stuff, and I think this was Carlos or Mateo. You wanted to talk about something? No? Carlos, Mateo?
Wait, what? I didn't listen.
Carlos said he wanted to talk about some fiat integration stuff, or no?
No, but I can give some updates. There are many sites to tackle there. We have been talking, I think it was with Jazz, with Mount Pelerin. We want to make an integration to allow top-ups, just like Honeyswap does. You can see it if you go to Honeyswap and they make you instantly go to the middle of the page and you see a place where you can buy XDAI directly. So I'm talking with Tosin and see what's a good UX for us for basically pushing the users to buy some XDAI and then making the donation. The other two sites, Carlos and myself had a talk with Brian last week. We already have the donor box set for the Giveth campaign, and we just have to make a couple of adjustments to connect our databases and make them seen on the application, because right now if you donate with donor box you don't see anything. And yeah, that's basically to see the feasibility of bringing more projects there. And the third part is on Ramper is going to have an upgrade this week, hopefully, so we can restart some donations, because our success rate right now is like 30%, is super low. We shouldn't go live with that success rate. So they say with this upgrade, we are going to be having more options and hopefully a better UX from their side. Yeah, I think that's it. I'll pass it back to you, Mitch.
Okay, cool. I know you'll probably give us a few more updates tomorrow on the dev call, but I guess if there's any general questions about this, or we can move on. Sorry, I had a cough. Giveth House fundraising, was this Marco or Franco?
No, I added this just because I forgot to mention that they're like Franco posted a message in Telegram, so I just wanted to remind everybody like there's fundraising for the Giveth House to pay the rent for the next, I think, 4 months or something like that. So just a reminder for you guys, check the Telegram, check the Giveth House project on Giveth, and consider supporting that, please. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, great. And there's also this other one that we have for handling subscriptions. Do you want to talk about this, Franco?
Yeah, I just posted like a small message and just wanted to get some signaling from the community. This has been here for a couple of months now. Last time, I don't know if we decided on something or not, but just to move along with this, I just wanted to like post like a little poll there and see if like if the community wants to move with this forward, I can work on some like details of how we can move forward with this.
Cool, great. I'm down. Yeah, it looks like it's been here since September last year, so that'll be good to figure it out. And so just read it and just comment in the poll, basically.
Yep. Yeah. I made like a guideline of like or outline the next steps that need to be taken. And yeah, if people want to continue with this, I'll work on it and we'll see how we can figure this out and finally have a different way to pay for subscriptions.
Great.
And actually, I have one more thing to add really quick. I put together some impact bounties for ETH Denver. I'll add the link here. And oops. How do I? There it is. If anyone is interested in editing it or looking at it, I'm going to submit it tonight. I think praise Mitch and Heather for putting together one of the bounties, but the other bounties are there. And yeah, if anyone wants to read it and especially add resources that they think would be useful to hackers taking on these challenges, that would be great. Or if you think that they're really dumb and need to be rewritten, that's fine. I think the last one's not even finished, but that's the idea. So I appreciate any help. I put the Google Doc in the chat as well.
And this needs to go in like today.
Yeah, I'll put it in
like 2 days ago or something.
Yeah, Matt said it was cool. So I'm talking to the guy who's running the bounties. He said it's cool if we're a little late, but I definitely want to submit it before I go to sleep tonight, which is in like 5 hours.
Okay. All right, cool. Great. I will read these for sure.
Oh, you sweetheart. Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah.
And anyone else is welcome to
actually do it.
What?
Give me things after I actually do it.
Hey, a pledge is very nice. But seriously, if you want to help out with ETH Denver, it might even just be fun to at least read through them, so you know what the impact track is going to be focused on.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Sure. Okay. Great. Oh, we got more contenders here. Update role proposals, please. For sure, sneaking in.
Yeah, that's me. Sorry, I'm late call, but yeah, I just really wanted to put that out there since we're doing the DAO accounting, budget, working group cost. So it's really important that you update your role proposal from time to time, especially during your body review calls, so that our forecasts and actual hours are accurate so that we could budget properly in the future. So I already sent DMs to some of the people who really needs updating to their role proposal. So please do so. And so that we could hopefully reflect it for January, so that we could be close to our forecast and actual hours. So thank you if you would do that like ASAP or like maybe next week. So yeah, just a little reminder for everyone.
Great. And then so we can update those, and then we just need to like put something in our role proposal thread on the forum.
Yes, if you update your role proposal, the Google Doc, please add a comment to your forum post that you updated your role proposal, and then add a poll if like it's not really like increase in hours. So it's just if it's just like an allocation of hours. So can you add a poll so that the unicorns or the DAO can vote on your like new Rs allocation?
Great. Great. Thanks, Michelle. Okay. Looks like we got through all of our impromptu topics. Looking at stuff to vote on in the DAO. Multi-sigs, nothing. Snapshot, there was nothing to vote on as of last night. In gardens, ooh, see if this loads. There is still the Karma Analytics standard integration that can be voted on. See how long it wants to take to load. Did you get the givebacks votes up, Ashley? Or is that next week?
It hasn't quite been up in the forum long enough just yet, but look for him tomorrow. This round we had a little bit of a hiccup with the server, and it couldn't calculate them as quickly as possible, as normal. But yeah, look out for him tomorrow.
Random question. Have we figured out how we would do, have we tested it if we actually get enough donations that we have to scale back the give back factor?
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
Really?
Well, when Martin was making those big donations, remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, but not since Give Power.
Not since Give Power.
Just so we don't.
Tested it. We tested it. But it hasn't actually happened, you know?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just making sure that it's actually in the admin bro or whatever.
Yeah, no, we thought about it and we tested it with Mohammed and I.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll look for that tomorrow. Again, there's this one here. This is set to pass in a month and 4 days. If you guys want to support this governance, analytics integration, or at least paying them to start doing it, then go ahead and put your GGive on this proposal. After that, I don't think there's anything else to vote on besides token log forever and always. And if that's cool, we can move right into some stuff in the forum. The first thing that I was curious about was this post from Humberto with Urbanica's TLDR. I didn't understand what's going on here, and I don't know if it's just me. Did anybody happen to read this one?
I haven't read it.
I don't necessarily understand what the ask is, and from what I can tell, it almost kind of seems like they're asking for special privileges as a verified project in exchange for something, but I'm not really sure.
Okay. Cool, so it's not just me then. Okay. Well then, maybe I'll just... Sorry, go ahead.
I haven't read it, but I had a talk about... I think I had a talk about something like this with Humberto, and I actually told him, like, well, look for this community's feedback, because as I think that they were looking to have sort of like a paid training, like school, for some courses, but basically when they wanted to have like, this is what you can pay, but if you cannot pay, you just can, like, in the gift economy, just pay whatever you want. But if they pay whatever you want, they could do it maybe through their Giveth project. And if they did, should they get givebacks, because they will actually be getting kind of like a training. So it is kind of like giving something for givebacks. But he was wondering if maybe, like, since it was part of sort of like the gift economy, because it had no specific price, it was just a contribution, if it will be Giveth eligible. I think that was the question, but I'm not so sure if this is the same post.
We'll see. I'm curious what he says, but this is the same issue as the Trusted Seed scholarships, right? It's like we can't give them givebacks if they're like providing a service for people donating to a project. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe some other people from the community would comment, but I think that that's kind of probably where this is headed, is that, yeah, the people who are paying for this service that they're offering, they should not get givebacks for the payment for the service. I realize it's like donation based, but it's still a payment and they're already receiving like goods and services for that payment. It's not a donation.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll try and he's not here, but hopefully he can follow up, and then we can figure this out. What his ask is clearly. Okay. Great. Well, that's reassuring that it wasn't clear to me. Let's see. Wants to give reward/services to donors. Okay. There was this one that came a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to come back to it because there's something I'm not understanding here. This was updating our EnerGive eligibility requirements. Just to reflect what was in the polls here, we had about 16 voters, and about 94% no, that a contributor can't apply for EnerGive if they're on their trial period. 81% to 13%, so like probably actually more if we remove the abstains, but basically a contributor needs a role proposal to apply for EnerGive. So that's the consensus in the polls. What I'm confused about is like, there's this question here that came up, and then people said something to comment below. A few people said 30 hours is great, and then a few other people just went on completely different tangents, like not related to the question. So I was like really confused because I don't know what the answer is. So is there anybody I want to actually figure out the answer to these questions without making it more complex, but so there's a few options here, and just to be very explicit with the question, it's like the maximum hours per month that a contributor can work and get paid for without having a role proposal. So the issue here is like sometimes people work 10 hours a week, they work 5, sometimes they work up to 40 hours a month. And without a role proposal, it's not really clear to everybody what they do. So especially if we're looking at accounting and budgeting and all these updating role proposals, it's like, what's the threshold to say, well, this person should post a role proposal so that everybody knows what they do? Some people, it looks like we're around 10 to 40, so I mean, running the whole range, but then there was some people saying 30.
And can I ask, why should there be a threshold?
Well, it's like maybe they started off like doing not very much work, and then maybe all of a sudden they're working 80 hours a week and they don't, like, nobody really knows what they do.
Yeah,
so
and then
we draw the line in the sand, basically.
Why don't we say like 0 right away?
Well, that would be tough because, I mean, we could say 0. I don't think people support 0.
The reason it's a little bit of a bureaucratic process, and sometimes there's really expensive professionals like we have a security guy on the payroll who does somewhere around Brody Satva. He's very expensive, and he only does like 3 or 4 hours a month. but it's really important advisory services for Kai and our DevOps team for the security of the platform. So how many hours does it cost him to make a role proposal, And then it's like, well, do we need to pay $500 to get him to make a role proposal? No. Kai works with him and uses him for advice, and that's the extent.
Any final questions about this stuff? Go ahead, Rochelle. Go ahead.
I think this was thoroughly discussed before when we were deciding on requiring the role proposals. So yeah, for one thing, it's for transparency purposes, and if we have project-based contributors or those who just contributes less hours, then in the post that I post in the forum monthly requesting for the reimbursement and all of that, there's a portion there that I labeled as those who may not need role proposals or are just project based. So it's stated there the number of hours, so it's just really few, and based on the previous months, usually it's just 5 to 30 hours. So that's why I suggested 30 hours, because if it's more than that, then I think they need a role proposal. And in that forum post that I do every month, there's a description there for those who don't have role proposals on. They have description on what tasks they did or what working groups they contributed to, sort of give an idea for those who are not familiar of those people, since they have no role proposals. So that's the compromise of those people who don't have role proposals, and I just add a column there for the tasks that they do. So yeah, I think that we should put a cap, maybe a max, since some of these people work only a few hours a month, and then they would have they would spend hours preparing a role proposal. So I think it's not that needed, I think, for me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's worth the context to actually scroll down and show that forum post that she's talking about. I linked it. I linked it last. It's December. Giveth core team compensation December. Yeah. So here's the people that we're talking about that don't have a role proposal. So Algene, for instance, she did 40 hours in December, but a lot of it was due to Turkey issues with Giveth contributors trying to get them in and out of Turkey, and also it's it changes every month. So for Algene and Breachies, sometimes they do something, sometimes we just kind of throw them at things, right? Because they can help out here and there, and so it's kind of weird. I think Kurt, for instance, we could have him make a role proposal. He's only going to do smart contract development, right? But then do we want to waste his time doing that? He's only doing it for 5 hours a week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just to be clear, there's you can make a role proposal, you don't have to meet the threshold, but it's when do we need you to, If you work 5 hours a week and you want to make a role proposal, then great, all the better. So I just don't want to get too in the weeds on this, but based on what Rochelle just said, does anyone have any strong opinions on what this number should be, or does 30 sound good?
Is it over 30 in 2 sequential months, or is it because I could see for instance Algene, oh hey, we have a lot of this random stuff for you. Then, but what is she gonna put? What is Algene gonna put on her role proposal? I do random stuff. I do random admin work. Whenever Griff tells me to do something, I just go do it. Or I also help Mitch out a lot. Yeah. That's it, what's even the point? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's curious.
I think we also discussed in the previous governance call that we would encourage Algene to post a role proposal since she already requested for NR Give tokens. just for the next round so that other people might want to know her better. So yeah, maybe just encourage her.
Sure. So then on your point, Griff, you make a really good point though, actually, because like, say they do 30 hours for 3 months consecutively, then it's like, okay, all right, well, so adding that little twist in there. Does that sound good to people, or is there a different opinion? I don't want to get stuck on this too much. Okay. Sound good to you, Rochelle?
Yes. Yes.
High five. Great. Great. I'm just going to write this in somewhere. Um, 30 hours per month. Yes, go ahead.
I'll make a note in the forum post too.
Thank you. Okay. Great. A little over 20 minutes left. There is this forum post here, which I don't remember if I talked about last week or no, it was on the Give Economy research call. Parameterizing our Karma integration. So we talked about this a few times. They came on the community call, showed us some cool stuff. So now that we're actually going to do the integration, we have to choose our parameters. So just like we did with SourceCred back a couple of years ago, we're going to kind of do the same thing. We have all these parameters where we can potentially integrate up to 6 different data sources. So Discord, GitHub, Snapshot, Forum, the NRGive, and Gardens. And we need to be able to give weights to the things. So we need to decide basically like how do we weight each platform against each other. And this is like a number, like maybe Discord is 1 and Snapshot is 3. And then like when we do the calculation, like the scores that we get from those are aggregated and then like weighted against each other to give like a final contributor score, I guess you could say. And then things like we talked about it last week, like things that we can track specifically by platform, messages sent in a specific channel. The channels themselves can have different weights. So like, posting in announcements can be worth more than posting in memes, or vice versa, whatever. Emoji reactions on messages, the average length of the messages you send, if people reply. Anyway, it can go on and on and on. But I would encourage people to read this forum post and look at all the different options we have for all the different integrations. The stuff on the scoring logic, how to integrate it into the reward system, and then I just kicked it off with my own proposal that people can probably fork or debate or make their own, just using the basic outline. So this has been up since the 23rd, and I want to give the Karma team something to work on relatively soon. So maybe give this another 7 to 10 days for people to check out and propose something. Does anybody have any questions on the call around this?
What exactly are you looking for in the proposal? Like the weighting within each specific, basically copy paste your post and change the numbers?
Yeah, exactly. Or if for example, in mine, I say I don't want to integrate Discord, you would like to integrate it, and then like looking at this, you're like, okay, what channels would you want to include? If you wanted to include them an even weight to everything or more weight to other things, or, but basically, yeah, fork it and make your own or iterate on someone else's. And then like we won't like it says in the post here, but like I don't think we should integrate this right away in distributing rewards, and like we can let this run for a while, and then we can always like upgrade it later or like, you know, tweak it. Cool. Well, I'll let you guys digest that then. There's another one here. Oh, I spelled survey wrong. I'm sorry, everybody. There was this thing here for Project Survey Rewards, talking about give power, giving give power. I did some look around, like what kind of projects have how much give power on them, and like what would be an interesting reward for them. You know, Giveth, for example, number one has 11 million give power. And that would be like if we wanted to give that to people as a reward to compete with 11 million, we would have to like lock up a lot of give. So basically, this is saying we have about 74,000 give in our main multi-sig, which even if we lock that up for a full year, probably won't give a competitive amount to like make responding to the survey interesting, or at least in terms of like the rewards. We have 3 million sitting in the liquidity multi-sig that's not earmarked for anything right now that we know of. So proposing here, getting about 1 million give power, either by staking 1 million give or staking 353,000 for 7 rounds. And giving 5 boosts of 200,000 give power to 5 projects for 3 months. So taking whatever we need out of the liquidity multi-sig, putting it in the main, or just using the liquidity multi-sig and staking it into the give farm. And then giving these as rewards. And then just so that we're not like consuming all of our own rewards for ourselves, we can donate them to the matching pool. So looking on advice for that so that they can move forward with the project survey. If you have a different idea.
Love it. Genius. Genius. I love the idea of taking just tokens that are just sitting there in the liquidity multi-sig, staking them, not locking them, but just staking them and taking that and raffling off the give power. The only thing that, yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's like, it sucks that we earn rewards on it a little bit.
I wish we didn't, you know, but I don't see a way to get around, or like, it would be so much work to work around it that like, yeah.
Not worth it. But if we just stake and we don't lock and we don't try to like get too much rewards, you know, then it's not that big of a deal.
Great. Well, yeah, this will be up anyway, and I'll see what the crew wants to do with it. But we'll probably just need to like okay that to use the money in the multi-sig for this purpose, or the give at least.
I just have a quick question regarding this.
Yep.
Just from like a comms perspective and timing, like when would we have this finalized to? When would we have this finalized to kind of like be able to move forward with comms on this?
Listen, I mean, I've been hearing about this from Claire and Co. for, well, geez, let's look here, 20 days. I mean, for me, this is a multi-sig thing. You know, we could have it done today and be ready to go, but you know, I don't know when the survey's going out. I don't know how long they're leaving it open. That's like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, so we were planning to put the survey out as soon as possible after we were waiting for the Gitcoin grants round to finish, and then we want to put it out ASAP. So I'm just double checking that we can really prepare comms around this. Like if this is probably what we can move forward with, then we can start preparing the messaging for it, and then we'd love to put the survey out. I mean, ideally this week, but like, latest early next week.
Yeah, I mean, from my perspective, it's pretty straightforward. Like we can have this done in a couple hours, depending on how fast people sign.
Sweet. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah, so if there's no objections, then it sounds like we could just do it unless somebody has a better idea. Okay. Great. Great. Well, then that's it. Just a few PSAs left. Nico, maybe you could tell us more about this HR town hall.
Yep, thanks, Mitch. So for this one, I posted in our Unicorns channel last week that we are planning an HR Giveth town hall anytime soon. But we'd like to know your thoughts and suggestions about how we can better answer your questions, discuss any questions that you have in mind or confusions that you have. So please feel free to click on the link and leave your suggestions in there or any thoughts. And you can also message me directly about this one. So that's just it for that one. And yeah, just for the buddy call reminders. So guys, please do have your buddy calls. I know Amin and his buddies are planning to have their buddy calls soon. So for those who hasn't had their buddy calls in the last quarter, please do so. And let me know when is the date of your buddy call so that I can prepare everything beforehand. So that's just it. Thanks, Mitch.
Great. Cool. Well then, yeah, that's a wrap. Forever and always, we got these forms here. Take some time, fill them out. Even if you don't have a buddy call, just leave some feedback. It's always nice. Anything else we didn't get around to talking about today? No. Okay. Cool.
Can I just add? I just updated my role proposal, and there's a poll there, so please vote. Thank you.
Yay.
And remember in the chat, if you got 10 minutes extra, just reading over those impact bounties, especially if you're going to ETH Denver, it'll be a lot of fun. Check them out.
Nice. Great. Great. All right. Well, then that's a wrap. Take this 10 minutes, check out Michelle's proposal, vote in the Karma integration proposal, and check out these impact bounties. All right. Well, then let's do this again, same time next week. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
See ya.